Finally. One cop shop down, so many to go. But first, how did we get here? Well, it's time to recap our cop shop experience. If you haven't seen the first few videos, best to watch them now, link in the description down below.
But Mert, what is the cop shop challenge? Well, I
decided to play a cop in America, so we needed to follow some simple rules. Well, when we first spawned in, we got really lucky on day one, and the luck continued. We pretty much accomplished everything we needed to within a few weeks, but there was one item that we were missing the entire time. It wasn't until we found it in that last mailbox. Once we had that magazine, it was pretty much game over. Everything moved smoothly after that, and we were able to finish the shop. We definitely had our challenges, but we also had an amazing experience here in Fallis Lakes. You will be missed, but now it is on to Rosewood.
25 days it took us, but we're here now. The first of many big road trips onto our next cop shop. Feeling a little anxiety, but mostly pride in already completing one in just 25 days. I think the next few cop shops will be pretty quickly done. The trip over was fairly uneventful. I was a little bit clever and decided to go around the cop shop, coming up through the fire station, to ensure that we didn't drag the entire main street of Zeds to our base. However, I did have to do a little bit of kiting, and I did a little bit of looting before the end of the day. Finding a generator and marking that on the map as cash money, baby. We were off to a good start. I also found a survivor home and a cop car right at the front of it, so you know that we have some weapons ready to go for us as well. If you watched the previous one, you will know that I lost the save and managed to recover it, so all of my guns have gone, and that means I need to rearm myself, so that will take some time. Made it back to the base, exhausted, tired, and it's well past midnight. I need to make sure that we have a lovely place to sleep, and I bought my bed from the last location. I set it up, go to sleep, and that's the end of day 25. Freeze! Before we move any further, I need you to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button, comment down below. Oh no, it wasn't me, officer. It was... And then you must put the name of the person you hate most in the world. I won't tell them. Anyway, on to the next day! The start of our first day in Rosewood was pretty slow. We unpacked all of our vehicles, organised ourselves, then went on a little bit of a walk. I then found myself back to my old cop roots. After all of the excitement was over and clearing out the area around me, I decided to go on a little trip. This trip ended up finding me a nice vehicle to pick up a bit later and lots of food. I found a warehouse full of food and decided to crash the night there. I slept safely, and then tomorrow, well, that's gonna be a crazy day. Alright, first, I might have to admit something to you. I may have lied. That's right, it wasn't just one day that was crazy. It was 3. It honestly must have just blurred into one in my mind, thinking back on the things that happened. But what happened during these 3 days is we went to the boarded up house, picked up the vehicle that we saw earlier, and looped around the town to find general items worth getting. Now, there's only one thing in my mind that can happen when you get to these high populated places. We have to tick off one of our list items, and that's killing the Zeds. So enjoy this 3 days worth of murderizing. Well, as you can see, I spent way too long killing way too many Zeds, but we have ticked off the kill Zeds part of this police station. Next up, I wanted to take things a little easier, do probably the longest part of the challenge here, which is obviously wall up around the vicinity of the station. Now, I have my lovely little diagram here because I wanted to show you what I was going to do. Of course, you're thinking, Mert, well, you're just gonna wall off a few of these parts here, board up the windows and call it a day, right? Easy. Well, no. But then you're thinking, well, maybe you'll do a little bit more, add some spice to it, and then do the normal wall up part. Well, that would be common sense, and I don't have any of it. I'm going to be absolutely ridiculous and wall off this entire road. Build gates on either side, so passers through need to stop in at the police station for a rest. Yes, that's right. I'm insane. So the next few days are dedicated entirely to chopping wood, bringing it back, and building gates, fences, and all that fun stuff. I am level 7 carpentry, so they'll look pretty at least. I did a little bit of quick math. Yeah, the gates are 12 planks each, so 24 total. The walls will be 168 total. That means it's a total of 56 logs. That's a whole lot of chopping, and it will take some time. 5 whole days. So as we started this long trek, as everyone does, you size up the woods around you and you pick a spot. I picked the place just north of the police station because I thought it's where I cleared out earlier, so it would have less Zeds. I was right, it didn't have much there. I was in the fog, so I was kind of in the clear in regards to them seeing me. However, I think I was a little AFK in my brain, and well, this happened. Yeah, I am a dingus. But it was not a bite, it was a laceration, I believe, so that's okay, we can deal with it. Deciding I needed more protection, the next day I went up to complete the chopping down process, but I took a vehicle because, well, I didn't want to die, and that kind of scared the crap out of me. So here we are, fire truck in tow. We're gonna pick up all our stuff, bring it back to base. After what felt like forever, we got hopefully enough wood back and started construction. We did a little combat, went back to building, and this was a rinse and repeat cycle for me. With the front fence pretty much done, I needed to move on to get more wood. I went down south of the fire station this time to find more, but I had to clear out my area first. Did that, started chopping down wood, and yeah, it happened. Exhausted, over encumbered, tired, hungry, and all the other stuff as well. I needed to get back to base, but further a point of that, I needed to get away from my base. There's no way I would allow the zombies to invade while I don't have walls up and I can't fight. So what do you do next in this situation? Unfortunately, that's something you'll have to wait for the next episode of the Cop Shop Challenge. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you've gotten it this far. Please let me know in the comments if you've done this before or what you would like to see, and don't forget what we said before. You must comment down below your most hated person in the world. I won't tell them. Subscribe to see more storytelling content like this, but most of all, keep playing the games you love. I'll see you in the next one.